Hello everyone, welcome to Faithfully Bound. In this video, I would love to do a Bible study with you on Job chapter 2. In the description below this video, I will link the study on Job chapter 1, as well as the study guide that I put together for the study of Job chapter 2, and anything that I'm using in this video. So if you're interested in any of that, it will be in the description below. Job chapter 2, Job's second test. One day, the members of the heavenly court came again to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser Satan came with them. "Where have you come from?" the Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, "I have been prowling the earth, watching everything that's going on." Then the Lord asked Satan, "Have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil. And he has maintained his integrity, even though you urged me to harm him without cause." Satan replied to the Lord, "Skin for skin. A man will give up everything he has to save his life, but reach out and take away his health, and he will surely curse you to your face." "All right, do with him as you please," the Lord said to Satan, "but spare his life." So Satan left the Lord's presence, and he struck Job with terrible boils from head to foot. Job scraped his skin with a piece of broken pottery he had sat among the ashes. His wife said to him, "Are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die." But Job replied, "You talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad?" So in this, Job said nothing wrong. Job's 3 friends share his anguish. When 3 of Job's friends heard of the tragedy he had suffered, they got together and traveled from their homes to comfort and console him. Their names were Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, Zophar the Manathite. When they saw Job from a distance, they scarcely recognized him. Wailing loudly, they tore their robes and threw dust into the air over their heads to show their grief. They sat down on the ground with him for 7 days and nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words. Continuing our study of Job in chapter 2, continuing trials. In this chapter, we witness Job facing additional tribulations, providing insight into his resilience and the nature of suffering. Satan's return. The chapter begins with another gathering of heavenly beings before the Lord, including Satan. God again draws attention to Job's faithfulness, and Satan challenges God, asserting that if Job's health were affected, he would surely curse God. Job 2, 3-5. Job's affliction. Satan is then given permission to harm Job physically, but is instructed not to take his life. Job 2:6. Job is afflicted with painful sores from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. Job 2:7. The response of Job's wife and friends. Job's wife, witnessing his suffering, urges him to curse God and die. Job 2:9. Subsequently, Job's 3 friends arrive to comfort and console him. Job 2:11. Job's reaction. Despite his immense suffering, Job maintains his integrity. He does not sin with his lips, and he refuses to curse God, although he expresses his despair and grief. Job 2:10. Job's friends initially respond to his suffering by sitting with him in silence for 7 days and nights. Job 2:13. Implications and reflection. Job chapter 2 further explores the nature of suffering and the testing of faith and the complexities of human responses to adversity. It presents a poignant portrayal of Job's endurance and the challenges he faces, both physically and emotionally. For cross references, we can look at James 5:11 and 2 Corinthians 4:17. Studying and reflecting on the book of Job, particularly chapter 2, offers deep insights into the complexities of suffering, the resilience of faith, and the varied responses to hardship. Again, seeing the heavenly council and being blessed to have a glimpse into that is so great. Just as in chapter 1, I think it's just so special. Am I crazy? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, we're being included in something that is special. So, anyways, I love that. And again, for Satan not to be able to make a move unless it is approved by God. That just shows his majesty, his wonderfulness, his everything. I just love God, y'all. Don't you? And his friends coming to sit with him in his anguish. I feel like that is also special because nowadays, I don't think anybody does that. Nobody comes to sit with you in your anguish. And then I feel like if they do, then you feel like you have to entertain them and you can't feel your anguish the way that you maybe need to. There's just so many societal pressures put on suffering that I think is unfair. For his wife to say, curse God and die, I feel like that is so harsh. I couldn't imagine ever saying anything like that to somebody. That is just, I don't know. It made me feel like icky to read it. I know that's not a great way to explain it, but it just felt dirty, that phrase, to curse God and die. Like, so harsh. But then his friends come and sit with him and console him, which I think is beautiful. I wish that we cared about each other that much. I feel like we don't, and that it's very important too when we're in our suffering for somebody just to sit with us. Don't say anything, don't expect anything, don't expect to be entertained or for a smile to be on somebody's face. Just sit with that person. Thank you guys so much for doing this study with me. I hope that you join me in the next one where we go over chapter 3. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so that we can help each other grow in our faith and our walk with God. I love you guys. Bye.